Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chapter 15, Section 1 of A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Second Golden Thread.
As.
Ah.
A Tale of Two Cities, Book the Second Golden Thread. Charles Dickens. Chapter 15, Section 1. They had been earlier drinking than usual in the wine shop of Monsieur Defarge. As early as 6 o'clock in the morning. Slow faces peeping through its barred windows had discreet other faces within, bending over measures of wine. Monsieur Defarge sold a very thin wine at the best of times. This time, the sour wine. Moreover, or a souring, gloomy. No vivacious bacchanalian flame leaped out of the press scrape of Monsieur Defarge, but a smouldering fire that burnt in the dark, lay hidden in the dregs of it. This had been the third morning in succession on which there had been early drinking at the wine shop of Monsieur Defarge. It had begun on Monday, and here was Wednesday come. There had been more of early brooding than drinking. For opening of the door, so's these were to the full as interested in the place. However, as if they could have commanded whole barrels of wine, and they glided from seat to seat, and from corner to corner, swallowing talk and low of drink, with greedy looks. Notwithstanding an unusual flow of company, the master of the wine shop was not visible. He was not missed. For nobody who crossed the threshold looked for him. Nobody asked for him. Nobody wanted to see only Madame Defarge in her seat, presiding over the distribution of wine, with a bowl of battered small coins before her, humanity from whose ragged pockets they had come, a suspended interest and a prevalent absence of mind, were perhaps observed by the spies who looked in at the wine shop, as they looked in at every place, high and low, from the king's palace to the criminal's gaol. Games at cards languished. Players at dominoes musingly bought tours with them. Drinkers drew figures on the tables with spilled drops of wine. Madame Defarge herself picked at the pattern on her sleeve with her toothpick, and saw and heard something inaudible and invisible a long way off. That Saint Antoine in this Venus feature of his. Until midday. It was high noontide, when two steammen passed through his streets and under his swinging lamps. Of whom one was Monsieur Defarge, the other a man of roads in a blue cap, all Edison athirst. The two entered the wine shop. Their arrival had lighted a kind of fire in the breast of Saint Antoine, fast spreading as they came along, which stirred and flickered in flames of faces at most doors and windows. Yet no one had followed them, and no man spoke when they entered the wine shop, though the eyes of every man there were turned upon them. Good day, gentlemen, said Monsieur Defarge. It may have been a signal for loosening the Generalton. It is bad weather. Gentlemen, said Defarge, shaking his head, upon which every man looked at his neighbour, and then all cast down their eyes and sat silent. except one man, who got up and went out. My wife said to Defarge aloud, addressing Madame Defarge, I have travelled certain leagues with this good mender of roads. Koldak. I met him be excited today and half's journey out of Paris. He is a good child. This mender of roads, Koldak, gave in to drink. A second man got up and went out. Madame Defarge set wine before the mender of roads Koldak, who doffed his blue cap to the company, and drank. In the breast of his blouse he carried some coarse dark bread. He ate of this between whiles, and sat munching and drinking near Madame Defarge's counter. A third man got up and went out. Defarge refreshed himself with a draught of wine, but he took less than was given to the stranger. Countryman had made his breakfast. He looked at no one present, and no one now looked at him, not even Madame Defarge, who had taken up her knitting and was at work. Have you finished your repast? Friend? He asked. In due season. Is. Well, then, you shall see the apartment that I told you could occupy. Out of the wine shop into the street. Out of the street into a courtyard. Out of the courtyard up a steep staircase. A low bench. Stooping forward and very busy. Making shoes. No white-haired man was there now. But the three men were there who had gone out of the wine shop singly, and between them and the white-haired man afar off was the one small link that they had once sucked and at him through the chinks in the wall. Defarge closed the door carefully and spoke in a subdued voice. Jack 1. Jack 2. Hook 3. This is the witness encountered by appointment. I mate. Share 4. He will tell you all. Speak. The mender of roads, blue cap in hand, wiped his swarthy forehead with it, and said, Where shall I commence? Commence was Monsieur Defarge's not unreasonable reply. I saw him then. Messieurs, began the mender of roads. A year ago this running summer, underneath the carriage of the Marquis, hanging by the chain. Behold the manner of it. I leaving my work on the road, the sun going to bed, the carriage of the Marquis slowly ascending the hill. Again the mender of roads went through the whole performance, in which he ought to have been perfect by that time. A whole year. Shack 1 struck in, and asked if he had ever seen the men before. Never, answered the mender of roads, recovering his perpendicular. Shack 3 demanded how he afterwards recognised him then. To be continued.